Thank you LEGO for sending this set for review. With this new Douglas DC-3 Pan Am Airliner, it's safe to say that aviation fans have slowly but surely been spoiled over the last couple of years, with the Concorde in 2023, the NASA shuttle carrier with the Boeing underneath last year, and now a Nikon of the mid-30s it seems, as I'm personally not very familiar with this aircraft. How does the build compare with the other two? What can you expect to find inside? Let's find out. The model is paying tribute both to the aircraft but also the airline who flew it consistently a few decades ago, with this dedicated Pan Am stand that features the logo on its back with a printed tile, as well as a selection of 4 minifigures representing a few different eras of flight attendants with their different uniforms. And for a set not based off of any major IP license, the level of detail of this is kinda wild. The pilot has arm printing as an extra decoration, and the hat element feels like it's molded black but painted on top, as its white portion isn't quite white but also not grey either, creating an interesting hybrid LEGO color. A stewardess from the 30s with extra leg printing and hat pieces, another from the 50s, again with leg printing and a new to me hair and hat element combo I'm pretty sure didn't exist previously, and finally the male steward with an 80s styled uniform. Probably not the easiest minifigures to get on their own, but I love the options we get here to make a full crew by buying extras in the aftermarket. Now the other highlight of the set is obviously the aircraft that, as these types of LEGO models always do, has an impressive wingspan which, from experience, will make it slightly difficult to have on display. It comes with a stand featuring a plaque with a few details about the airliner, and you can easily take it off and put it back on there. Now, to properly have it on a flat surface, you'll need to deploy the landing gear by turning this Technic cogwheel, a very straightforward and simple mechanism compared to the ones present on the previously mentioned airplanes, but still great to see nonetheless. It isn't incredibly clean, with all of the Technic beams always showing when deployed or retracted, but as far as realism and fidelity goes, it's there. The off-centered back wheel bothers me a bit more. The building instructions go deeper into the history of the aircraft and claim that this livery with the grey, white and blue stripe is one of its most iconic ones, while also saying it was only seen in a few DC-3s, which is a bit confusing. Since I know very little about the aircraft, something tells me that the all-metal look to be the one you'd associate more commonly with this, but doing it in LEGO would be extremely difficult and expensive production-wise, so I can understand the choice of going for more common colors. The same Pan Am printed tile can be seen on the tail of the airplane, next to a pair of 1x2 printed tiles with the US flag. Moving forward, a pair of other tiles makes the name of the airline, and going forward just a little bit more, we get to see the printed cockpit element. Lifting these reveals the fairly detailed cockpit area with another printed slope, so all in all, seeing just prints and no stickers makes me really happy, but also questioning why the same level of care isn't being given across the board. And as far as detailing goes, seeing the pitot static tubes, sensors for measuring airspeed and altitude, the radio navigation ADF on top, and the HF antenna will probably make aviation fans happy to see, though no flaps on the backs of any of the airplane's wings feels odd to me. It is cool on the other hand that you can take the top off and get a look at the cabin with a sizable amount of seats for passengers, but a bit under what you'd usually find in the real plane. Though there's room for the toilet in the back, that is a bit harder to see now that the model is fully built. Now, speaking of, the build was enjoyable to put together, but not as challenging or mind-blowing as the other two planes were. It's a lot more straightforward and simple all around, which in no way makes it a bad model. Yet I still need to point it out, coming from someone who values the wow factor that comes from building exceptionally clever LEGO sets above displaying them, the minifigure selection or the price per piece ratio. Which is a perfect segue for price talks. With a piece count of 1900 pieces and a retail price of $220, the set is a tad above the average I'd like to see, but with the premium treatment it gets with only having prints and the 4 overly detailed minifigures, I'd call it fine. As a building experience enthusiast, the LEGO Douglas DC-3 doesn't tickle my fancy, because 1. I still vividly remember how incredible it was to build the other 2 planes I keep referencing over and over again, and 2. I'm personally not an airplane enthusiast either, but for those of you who are, this thing will probably be right up your alley. And given the scarcity of airplane replicas LEGO does, there's pretty much nothing like it in the portfolio at the moment. Is this what you wanted out of a LEGO airplane? Are there any other models you think LEGO should do next? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all on the next one.